A very good day from myself, Devon Govender, and welcome to Speed Down Under. This is KZN's premier harness racing selection show, and it's proudly brought to you by Gallop TV. Of course, as usual, we are going through the race meeting that takes place this Friday, the 10th of October at Gloucester Park, the headquarters track in Western Australia, and we do have some selections for you. We've got a best bet as well as a suggested jackpot, and unfortunately Aldo Korapasi will not be joining us on the show today. However, he has provided his selections. I've had a brief chat with him, and I'm going to be taking you through the selections for this Friday. Let's get straight into the action. The jackpot kicks off in race number 5. As you can see, that slide is on screen with that suggested jackpot. And the three selections in the first leg of the jackpot, we've gone with numbers 1, 10 and 8. We're going to start with number 1, that is Copycat Queen. And for the punters, just take note that this is a Group 3 contest. It is the Taste of WA 4-year-old Championship MS Pace, and it is a Group 3 over 2,130 meters. It's quite a competitive contest, but our firm first selection, I say our, myself and Aldo, we're going with number 1, Copycat Queen. Aiden De Campo trains and drives. This stable has been in very good form, and the recent form of the horse has been very good as well. Secondly, this horse cracks the ace draw, so should be right up there in the vanguard and will have a solid winning chance. If you look at the national rating points column, this horse is sitting on 106, so pack some class in this field. We have backed it up with number 10, Just Call Me Mickey, the New Zealand bred for Greg and Sky Bond with the Denny Roberts in the cart. This one's holding some solid form, obviously going to have the back of number 1 if number 1 does hold up the lead. That is Copycat Queen. And we have thrown in the sniper, that is number 8, Opal Hunter from the Robbie Williams yard, who's holding some solid form, comes off a good last 2 wins. So 1, 10 and 8 in the first leg of the jackpot, with number 1 being the firm first choice. Packs plenty of class in this Group 3 event, and should be right up there in the firing line at around about $2.45 in the anti-post market down under. Of course, we will update you on the South African tote. Moving on to the second leg of the jackpot, which is race number 6. I thought quite a competitive race, this very open looking race. But the first selection will be number 6, that is the Iron Duke, who is the odds-on favorite at $1.70 in the anti-post market down under. Comes off a very good win in the last start. Justin Prentice trains, and Gary Hall Jr. will drive. A little bit of a tricky draw to contend with, but this horse has plenty of ability, and that last win was very, very impressive, and will be right there in the firing line. Second selection will be number 1, Sunshine Swift, from a very good draw, and Shane Steele trains and drives. One of the outsiders of the field who could be a nice booster for the jackpot if this can arrive from the ace draw. Then we've also thrown in number 11, Major J, who's very, very capable on the day, with the Jocelyn Young in the cart, trading at around about $18 in the anti-post market. And we've also thrown in number 10, that is off the charts, Chris Lewis, the master, in the cart there, ran a cracking third in the last start, and if this horse can find a good position in transit, will be running on very, very strongly. That is number 10 off the charts. So pencil this in for your trifectas and quartets, currently trading at $21 in the anti-post market. Throw this into all your bets. If we can get a result here, we're going to build up some serious momentum in the second leg of the jackpot. 6, 1, 11 and 10. Moving on to the third leg of the jackpot, which is race number 7 on the program. And we've gone with numbers 1, 4 and 6. This horse, number 1, he's a vibe, been ultra impressive, and has run some crackers in the last 2 starts. And Emily Savalco is in the cart, and this represents some value at around about $4.50 in the anti-post market. Do take note of that, so it does represent some value. We have backed it up with number 4, Sweet Vivian, who we have followed in the past, and this horse is also very, very capable. Chris Voke trains and drives. We've also thrown in number 6, who returns from a spell, that is Talo, the New Zealand bred for Greg and Sky Bond with the Denny Roberts in the cart. This one's quite short in the betting at around about $4.50. So 1, 4 and 6, but I do believe that number 1, He's a Vibe, looks very, very tough to beat. That last win was very, very gutsy, so throw this into all your bets. Number 1, He's a Vibe, the firm first selection for me. Last leg of the jackpot, which is race number 8. It's the Happy Birthday Angelo and David Vallis MS Pace. And we have gone with numbers 1 and 5. We've gone light in the last leg of the jackpot. And this horse, number 1, Star Lily, we have been following this horse for a while and is overdue for a win. Has run second in the last 2 starts. Michael Munro trains Toby Lynn in the cart. Barrier Gate 1 currently trading at $2.25 in the anti-post market. Like I said, we will update you on the South African tote once those dividends are available. But for me, after looking at the reruns, I'm firmly in the camp of number 1, Star Lily for Michael Munro and Toby Lynn. That will be our firm first selection. Moving on to the next selection in the jackpot. This is the last leg, which is number 5, Good Time Louis. Comes off a very good win in the last start and will be right up there in the firing line. Represents some value at around about $8 in the anti-post market, and maybe throw this into your trifectas and quartets. But for me, I'm firmly in the camp of number 1, Star Lily. So 1 and 5 in the last leg of the jackpot. Just recapping those numbers: 1, 10 and 8 by 6, 1, 11, 10 by 1, 4 and 6 by 1 and 5. It's going to cost you 72 Rand. Moving on to the best bet column, which is on the right hand side of your screen. That comes up in race 9, and it is a number 1, that is Franco Sheriff for Robbie Williams, who trains and drives. Currently a bit short in the market at $1.75, cracks the ace draw, and Aldo's comments are, this is a horse to follow, and this looks like a very winnable race for this individual, Franco Sheriff, and will take an absolute power of beating from the ace draw. So we're very confident about the best bet in race 9. That is number 1, Franco Sheriff. Ran a cracker in the last start when finishing 3rd, did return after a bit of a spell, and will strip much fitter this time around, and should be hard to run down in race number 9. So the best bet comes up in race 9. That is number 1, Franco Sheriff. So just recapping the jackpot once again very quickly, which kicks off in race number 5. That is a Group 3 contest. It's going to be a very exciting race. 1, 10 and 8 by 6, 1, 11, 10 by 1, 4 and 6 by 1 and 5. It's going to cost you 72 Rand. And then the best bet comes up in race number 9 in the form of number 1, Franco Sheriff. And that is our suggested jackpot and best bet for the race meeting that takes place this Friday at Gloucester Park in Western Australia. If you are following this jackpot and playing the best bet, good luck to you come Friday.